Hey guys, I'm Sebastian. I'm one of the part of the locally world famous chiropractors in Orange County, California. I'm going to show you today how to do a push-up without really having any shoulder pain. Now, Dr. Don covered this in part one of shoulder pain with doing push-ups prior. So if you're looking for that video, you can find it by going to, there's a little red circle which will take you to the channel. By the way, subscribe, like, and share. And just use the search bar at the top that says, just put shoulder pain push-ups. And so she'll cover a little bit more of the neck considerations and why the neck can drive shoulder pain while doing push-ups. I know some of you might think, well, it's ridiculous, it's shoulder pain, how can it be neck related? I assure you it can be. And so a lot of times doing that single neck correction is the biggest game changer. I'm going to cover it from a shoulder blade perspective today and make sure that we're actually finding proper floor tension through our hand to stimulate the shoulder blade to work well so you don't compromise parts of the shoulder when you're actually doing the push-up. And so I apologize, I don't have a cameraman today, and so we're going to a little bit of an ebb and flow with the camera, but I assure you we're going to get through some amazing stuff with hand tension and how to do a proper push-up without having shoulder pain in this video. So let's take you to the floor. Let's do this first. Let me show you on a shoulder real quick. Okay, so this shoulder right here, it's nice to look at with this guy. The shoulder, lighting guy too. The shoulder blade is basically master of the shoulder joint. Okay, the shoulder joint, we all think about the tendonitis and the bursitis and so on in here. Yeah, those can be painful, but they're being driven by the shoulder blade not doing its job. A lot of times the upper trap will work too much, and the pec in the front, the pec minor and the pec major will work too much, when in fact we actually have to start engaging the middle trap, the lower trap, the serratus, the other muscles which help the shoulder blade flare. And what we do know from shoulder pain right here, like impingement, in correlation with push-ups, a lot of times people just close this gap and they pinch the thing in the middle, which can be it's just the tendons and the bursa. What we want here mechanically to happen is we want this thing to flare up. And if you look at my thumb here, let's just say it's this area, the acromion process. This flaring of the shoulder actually brings the thumb up, and so it'll bring the acromion up, creating more space as you go through more range, especially overhead types of things. So the shoulder blade is being controlled by not only the shoulder blade muscles, but also the nerve innervation to the shoulder blade muscles, which is an important consideration that she covered last time, into these little nerve roots up here that come down and innervate those areas. Also, too, mid-back movement is very important. This whole thing's a big marriage right here, okay? It's a big marriage that if you just ignore one part, then you're not going to get the solution that you want. So I'm going to take you to the floor and show you how hand tension can help out with this. The first thing I want you to do, let's see if we can get this guy down here. Okay. All right, I think that's okay. We'll do this. All right, the first thing I want you guys to do is actually just, I'm going to cut part of my head off here because it's not going to matter too much. Place your hand on, I'll do this one. Place your hand on the shoulder, and I want you to wrap the fingers all the way around until you get them right on the back of the shoulder. So this is going to be a demonstration of how hand contact really has an effect on what the shoulder's doing. Now I want you to feel that and put your hand by your side and squeeze your fist as hard as you can. You're going to feel these muscles start to perk up under your fingers, and you'll also start to feel your lat work as well. And so what this is the body has this natural hardwired program in it where when something hits your hand that's heavy, it says, oh crap, and it stiffens everything up because it doesn't want to rip your fingers off and your elbow off and the small joints off. It wants the shoulder to pack on. And so we can utilize that principle by using the floor contact, okay? So when I show you this here, the devil's in the details, okay? I did a whole video before about decreasing wrist pain with push-ups, and this is the same general principle. A lot of the floor cues and hand cues will work for both. And so what I want you to first notice is just, hopefully I'm close enough here, but look at my fingers and how all the fingers pads, not tips, are drilled into the floor, okay? When their pads are into the floor, we can actually use those pads to kind of pucker, okay? We're trying to pucker the hand or the arches of the hand as we are now about to do the push-up. Okay, so practice this a couple times with me. Follow along. Grab the floor, pucker. Grab the floor, pucker. Okay. I want to make sure that you also don't rock to the outside part here. So all of these finger contacts are extremely important throughout the entire range of the push-up to make sure the shoulder has tension. And I bet if you pucker these hard enough, like you're trying to really squeeze the floor, your shoulder's going to start working right up around here. Now, the way you can make it actually pucker up a little bit more, let's move the camera here a little bit. I think I'm done with that angle. Let's go right here. How about that? Okay. What you can also do is I want you to grab the floor and I want you to turn it from the shoulder blade right here, like you're trying to crush something under your armpit. Okay. And so notice that I'm grabbing the floor. I'm not letting go. I'm not turning from my elbow. I'm turning from my entire shoulder. I'll get a little further away here for you guys. Sorry, work with me here. I'm not a big production studio. We do this all on the side when we don't have patience, okay? So grab and turn from the shoulder. See how my shoulder blade is packing down and how I'm almost squeezing something under this armpit here. This is the proper tension you want through the push-up. Granted, I'm not doing the push-up yet, but I'm setting up my tension. A lot of people lack tension. That's why they have these shoulder blade issues, okay? And now we're going to put both hands on the ground into your almost push-up position, and we're actually going to work through a little tension here, okay? What I want you guys to do is pack those fingers in, crush oranges under the pits, and even with this knee bent position, you're going to feel your belly work. Did you have any idea that actually the belly was important with a push-up and it'll spare the shoulder? It really does, okay? The push-up is basically a moving plank. So we have to set an aggressive hard plank and then move the plank, okay? So grab here, let's push the knees out a little bit so we're into like a knee push-up. Turn the floor, your belly should work, and then try to physically pull yourself down to the floor and push the floor away to get yourself up. You're gonna notice at the very top, the harder you push away, the better this will get your belly, okay? I challenge you at the end, you should feel the push-ups not only in your shoulders, but you should feel them in your belly. Can you do this from the feet? Certainly, you can do this from the feet. But you wanna make sure that you have a very stiff plank before you actually go through the push-up. You don't deserve the right to move your plank unless you have a good plank. Okay, I'll say it again. You don't deserve to move your plank unless you have a good plank. So make sure you have a good plank first. You should generally be able to hold a high tension push-up plank position, which is going to be just here, for about 30 seconds before you actually start going into your push-up progression. Through people doing home exercise programs, we've seen a lot of shoulder pain cases come in over the last few months. People are I don't want to say that they're doing it wrong at home. They're just doing a lot of them. And push-ups are one of the easiest things that people do at home. And so they do a lot of volume with poor tension, poor hand tension, poor neck movement with it. And they end up having a shoulder issue. It's either referred from the neck or it's a local case. Either way, they can be resolved. They're not challenging to resolve. You just have to have the right strategy involved. So if you're looking for help, we'd love to help you out. We're in Orange County, California at p2sportscare.com. That's P the letter, 2 the number, sports is plural.com. And we've also tried to give, I don't know if we'll have it available yet because we're trying to make free guides or free gifts for everybody who's watching these videos, because we're very thankful for everybody watching and subscribing to our channel. And so we want to make sure that everybody has the next step to do, because we have a lot of questions and comments that come through these videos. They say, great, I love that hand tension thing. What now? And so we're trying to make the best what next available to you guys via a link that'll pop up on the side here somewhere, or it'll be in the link description below, okay? It's gonna be free. We're trying to make all the gifts free, and if you need further help from us after that, you can certainly ask us for help, okay? We do offer online help, and we do offer in person. And so most of the time, as you see by these videos, The reduction of pain with movement can be easily done via video and online. It doesn't necessarily have to be touching somebody to make them feel better. That's old news. Manual therapies and things like that are very helpful, but it's not the complete solution. Sometimes just generating tension and proper coaching of the movement will get you through it. So love to see you guys next time. Subscribe to the channel, like, and share.